That fresh produce stand there, that's a beauty.
What do you listen to?
My favorite murder podcast.
Taggart and Torrance podcast.
The produce stand.
Fucking sexy.
It's finally Friday, and that means we are once again hanging out at the produce stand. A podcast covering everything in the universe. Now, I know what you're thinking. There are many other Letterkenny podcasts out there, but this one is where the dicks hang out. And Tanya. I'm Al, your host, and joining me in the room as always is lovely Tanya. And online, we don't have Matt or Victor yet. Matt actually is not going to join us today because he's been swept away for a surprise birthday experience. Victor is MIA so far. Hopefully he joins us partially, but no worries. Tanya and I are here. We have quorum, and joining us today, we have an award-winning comedian and actor. He's kicking off 2026 with a bunch of shows in and around Southern Ontario, including one in Tanya's hometown of Newmarket, which we will definitely be in attendance. We all know and love him as Alexander on Letterkenny. Please join me in making some noise for Jeff McEnery.
Wondrous.
Oh my god.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Wait.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
I regret nothing.
And Tanya's doing her silent pointing thing.
I told you I would.
Hello, guys. Thank you so much for having me.
Welcome back to the produce stand. Oh, and look, we're being joined by our other host, Victor. Victor, welcome to the podcast.
Oh, thank you.
You made it just in time.
What an honor to be here.
I think we may rebrand this as a prodcast because I just kind of messed up and called it that. Anyway, I bet you that's what Jeff's feeling right now is being prodded.
Ooh.
That could be exciting.
Yeah, exactly. So Jeff, as I mentioned, or I haven't mentioned yet, but you were here before. You were on episode 99 of the podcast. That was just before, or just after, Letterkenny season 10. So we have a bit of catching up to do with you. We thank you so much for coming back on. And it's great to see you. How have you been?
I'm well, Al. Yeah, thanks so much for having me on again, guys. Yes, I was. Yes, the last time I spoke to you, I was at a hotel room in Winnipeg, and now, all these years later, I am in a hotel room in Winnipeg.
So nothing's
yes,
changed.
No. My career has gone absolutely nowhere. No.
Have you left the hotel room since the last time?
I think this one I get to. I have a different view, which the view from my room overlooks a nicer hotel.
Oh.
So that's nice.
You know, I don't know if you play video games, but you know, in video games, when you are like RPG ones anyway, when you have to go and speak to different characters, they're always in the same spot and you're always speaking to them in the same place, like an NPC character almost. So you're, nothing. It doesn't matter if you wait 6 days, 6 hours, or 6 weeks or 6 months. It's always in the same place. So
I'm just here. Yeah.
You're just here.
You're a life's NPC character. Very nice. So I meant to play this right off the bat to kind of introduce the episode, and I forgot to do it. So let me just do it right here real quick.
Alexander's.
How are you now? Yeah, life is like toilet paper. You're either on a roll or taking crap off someone.
Where you headed, bud?
I'm going to bop my wiener off the Uranus a couple times.
Anyway, I mentioned that you haven't been on since we covered season 10. And after season 10, there was still 2 seasons left of Letterkenny. So we're going to get to all that and how you felt about, learning that the show was coming to an end. But, let's talk about, first of all, it's been a couple of years. What have you been up to?
Just doing the odd acting thing here and there, and keep doing stand up. So it's been good. Yeah, just slugging away in Canadian comedy. That's how things go. Yeah.
Now, we saw you after the end of Letterkenny on that Letterkenny Live Presents tour, the comedy tour that you did with Mark Forward, Olivia, and Ali, and we had a great time. It was a great show. How'd that go? Like the rest of that tour go for you guys?
Oh, it was wonderful. From a performing standpoint, but I think all of us were 7 weeks on the road in a tour bus is really, really. I understand why every like musician does drugs. I understand.
Amazing. But it's like we saw you in, what was that, in Burlington? Yeah, I think it was Burlington. A lot of fun, great show. Ali even donned a Produce Stand t-shirt during her set, which we really appreciated. But our 60 at the time, well, I guess he was 16 at the time, son loved again. Matt was MIA, and our son came in his place, and he laughed his ass off the entire time. So you made a big fan of him.
Oh, nice. Yeah, no, from like show wise, it was so much fun. Yeah, and you guys were a great Q&A as well. Like the one thing we had. And Mark would get so pissed off. We'd go to America and they treat us like celebrities. But when you come to Canada, we have that Canadian inferiority complex. So as soon as we cross the border back into Canada, it'd be like, is there any questions? And everybody's like, well, no, you fucking, you're not that special. You're up here. What do you?
No questions, but how many times have you been asked? And I include us in this group because I know we asked you this in your last appearance. How many times have Canadians asked you, was it worth the drive? Because you get that a lot, I'm sure.
Yeah, that's one. Yeah. There used to be this. There was the Old Hide House, which was this leather coat store in Acton where I grew up, and they had this these commercials back in like the 80s and 90s where it's worth the drive to Acton, and then they built a store, they built an outlet in downtown Toronto, so it wasn't even worth the drive anymore. Yeah.
Is the Hide House still there in Acton, or is it gone?
The Hide House is still there, and everyone I've ever met from Acton has never been in the Old Hide House. I've never been in there.
I
and there's
remember
only like 7 things in Acton, and I've still never been in there. Yeah.
I remember the slogan worked on my family. I remember one Christmas, that was our present, was to go to the Old Hide House.
We're hard up for gifts that year, I think.
We were all going to get leather jackets that year until we got there, and then it was like, good Lord, this stuff is expensive.
Yeah.
I think I had lunch with our buddy Ian Service, who takes care of our live streaming service, across from the Hide House in a bar there. I forget what the place was called, but he's from the area, and I think that's where we met up for lunch. I'm like, what? So I'd never been there before. So to me, I was kind of starstruck. Oh, that's the Old Hide House. That's what I've been hearing about my entire life. Anyway, so since you've been on, like I said, it's been a couple of years, and lots changed here because, Letterkenny is now over. But we did, and I managed to get some rare interviews that people said we were never going to get. For example, Mark Forward finally graced us with his presence. And here's one that we had where you were mentioned, and I just want to play it for you real quick here.
But McEnery, that is a guy that I'm really close to as well. He is a guy I save really, really special scenes for. I save scenes for him that I really, really like. I save scenes that really require, I guess, a standout performer, but someone that we don't see a ton on our show. So I've given him some of my favorite scenes and built his character over the years. But he's been with us since day one, since episode 1. And I've just shared so many laughs with him over the years on the road and off. But another thing that I'll say about him is he's a really, really hard worker. He's really, really committed to what he does. Him and I have the same acting coach in Los Angeles that we both still work with. And he gets a lot from her as well. Crystal Carson is her name. So he's very, very committed to what he does. He puts in the work, and I respect that a lot about him.
So that's some high praise from Jared himself. And if you want to hear how how Jeff got involved with Letterkenny, listen to episode 99. But let's talk a little bit about, when Jared came to you, or I don't know how he told you, but that Letterkenny was ending. Like, how did you feel, or how did he do it? No, great question. No, I felt wonderful, Al. Yeah, it's like, this paycheck's coming to an end. Yeah. I'm going to have to go back
to with a
Winnipeg.
softball.
Yeah,
that's great. Yeah. No, I didn't know until I I printed out the script and I read the script and it said series end. And I was like, oh, that doesn't say season end. That says series end.
Oh, wow.
And yeah, but I kind of heard for a while he was thinking about wrapping it up. And it just seemed like it was time. It was the old how can I miss you if you don't go away sort of thing. Yeah, I don't think it's I think there'll be something down the line. I don't know if I have no knowledge of this, but yeah, there's always been talk of a movie or a spin-off or this or that sort of thing. So yeah, I think it needed to go away for a bit for people to get I mean, Trailer Park Boys, they went away and then they came back and then they went away, came back.
How many movies have they done, right? A few.
What's that?
How many movies have the Trailer Park Boys done?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I didn't have any like inside knowledge that it was ending, but it just felt like it was a good time to call it. Yeah.
Sure. Now, I mean, I've run into Mark Montefiore now a couple of times last year, and every time I see him, I never wasted an opportunity to ask him, the status of the movie. And of course, he laughs it off and says, there's nothing happening just yet. But we're fingers crossed here for a movie. But Jared refers to, he saves the really good scenes for you. And every time we see Alexander walk on screen, anytime we watch the Letterkenny, we were always happy to see another Alexander scene. And those last couple of seasons had a few of the best ones. And I just want to play a really quick clip here of one of them because just to kind of illustrate what Jared means here.
So what now, Sir Rupert Warren Chadwick, huh? High tea at Chateau Frontenac with the New England Montgomerys?
I said I didn't mean it.
What's next, Dr. Roan Reese Rothschild? Huh? Croquet on the palace lawn with Lady Charlotte Imogen Aldrich?
This is just going on too far.
Let me pull up your car for you, Baron Phineas Hawthorne. Have you selected the Bentley or the Rolls for this afternoon's social?
Okay.
Look who it is, as I live and breathe. It's the Duke of Dick Bagshire, huh? Will the Duchess be joining you this evening, or is she still summering in the Cotswolds with the Huntington Beach Vanderbilts?
How do you keep a straight face during those scenes?
Yeah, how I keep a straight face is trying to remember all that fucking ridiculous dialogue Jared gave me.
Right?
Yeah. Like I get the script and I'm like, what am I in an episode of Downton Abbey? What are you doing, Jared? Like I'm barely an actor. What are you?
It feels like during one of those runs you started too high and you had to keep on going progressively higher.
I remember when I watched it, I was like, what the hell was I doing during that performance? Yeah, it was kind of funny though. Like as far as like as I said, I'm barely an actor, but for some reason, I guess they call it method acting or whatever. But like during one of the couple of times I did it, like like as Alexander, I started to literally get pissed off at Derry, and I was like, yeah. So it was, I was definitely feeling it, that scene for sure.
Well, as a singer, I can relate to, if you accidentally start a song off in the wrong key, one that's a little too high, and then you get to the chorus and you can't hit those notes. I felt for you during that little run there because it looked like you were straining.
But it made it.
I like the fact that, and I've never asked them about it, but like they cut to K-Trev and it looks like he's breaking.
Yeah.
And so I've never asked him. I didn't know if he was breaking or if he was just like, he thought that's how Squirrely Dan would react.
Sure.
But just whether he was or wasn't, like it's like just him like finding my character so funny that he'd actually laugh at it. Really, like it's like a badge of honor sort of thing. So I really appreciate that he did that. Yeah, I love K-Trev. Yeah.
Yeah, I remember thinking back to the comedy tour, and when we were there, you complimenting us on our Q&A, but I remember when we got there, we were saying how excited we were to see you guys during the meet and greet. And I said, we were listening to your comedy all the way down here. And I don't know if it was you or Mark, one of you two gave us shit for, oh, great. Like, now what am I going to, now what am I going to say during my show? Like, I'm afraid to burn any content or whatever. It was pretty funny. So when you're doing these shows and now that like the shows you're doing now, is this all like new material? Are you like working on a new recording, a new album?
Yeah. I just released an album with my buddy Tyler Morrison a couple of years ago. And it's called Denim Straitjacket.
That's right.
Because I'm crazy and a hick. Yeah. So we put that out a couple of years ago, and so now it's trying to build up some new material and things like that. That's
what happens to be the one we listened to on our way to the show. So
nice.
It was a great, a really cool recording, great album. Is that with Comedy Records or is that your own?
That's with Cottage Country Comedy. Yeah.
Okay, cool. Nice. Very nice. Well, we appreciate it. And so now let's talk about these new shows. You're doing a few like around in and around Southern Ontario. Is this like solo or who's going on this tour with you?
Oh, so it's myself. It's two other very funny veteran comics, Laurie Elliott, who's hilarious, and Dom Perret, who's a headliner in his own right. And I've kind of got the blessing to kind of branch out and do my own thing. And so, putting on a couple of shows by myself and see how it's going. And we're doing Newmarket and we're doing Guelph and I'm really looking forward to them.
Very cool. Now, we asked our listeners if they had any questions for you that you're coming back on, and we got a few. So we have Tobias here from Missouri. He'd like to know if you still get recognized from the show. Now, before we started recording, you said that there seems to be a resurgence in interest in Letterkenny and that it's kind of helping out right now with your shows. So is that what you're seeing?
I get, I get have you cleaned the shit on the outside of the toilet quite a bit, and I don't know if I'm grateful to Jared for that or because that's really not how I planned on living my life. But apparently, that's.
Well, I mean, look on the bright side. You could be like Kate Trev, and every once in a while, he's got to hear about the attentions paid to his butthole.
Butthole, yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Hey,
go ahead.
Let me step in here since we're still on the Alexander topic. So, if you would have to write a book as Alexander, like a self-help book, what would the title of that book be?
Oh, wow. If I wrote a book as Alexander, oh boy. Well, first there'd be a lot of pictures to kind of fill up the page count.
Hand drawn stick men. Yeah.
We would. It would definitely be of the pop-up variety. Yeah. It would, let's see. That's a good question. Do you have any ideas, Victor? Yeah.
Well, I'm thinking, in really plumbing.
Yes.
I was thinking more.
Yes. How to clean up the shit on the outside of the toilet of your life or something.
Oh, there you go. I like that.
Some metaphor that doesn't quite work, but in Alexander's head, it makes sense. Yeah.
I think that's quite eloquent.
How about like wedding parties for dummies, and you can talk about the menu options and the venue options.
That's right. Or what? Yeah. What was that line Jared gave me there? Life's like a roll of toilet paper. You're either, what is it? You're either.
Here, let me play it back here.
Please.
Alexander?
Please.
How are you now? Yeah, life is like toilet paper. You're either on a roll or taking crap off someone. Where you headed, bud?
That's perfect. I'm thinking more, the wedding planner, Alexander, the steak dinners, and
so funny.
Oh man, and that's another one where like I get the script, and all of a sudden it's like 8 pages. What are you doing, Jared? Like, yeah.
You do seem to get a lot of long monologues. Is that like a superpower of yours? Or are you just good at memorizing a lot of words? Or
yeah, I don't. Well, like I said, like I loved Letterkenny because it was the perfect thing for me. In that I'm not one of those guys. I didn't feel like I needed to be in every episode. I'm definitely not one of those 6 a.m. call time, 14 hours on set. Like, hey, throw me a cold open here and there, and I'll make the best of it. Yeah, as I said, I always thought Freed from The Office had the perfect show business gig in that he was barely in the show, but he really made his minutes matter. And that's how I kind of, that was my approach with Alexander. It was like, okay, if they're going to give you some lines, you're going to hit this out of the park, sort of thing. Yeah. Now,
our listener, Zach, who's watching on the live stream, he wanted to know how good did it feel breaking Jared with the amazing bicycle parking job with the backwards helmet?
Yes, I've talked about that before. That was it's hilarious. So you get babied on set a lot. Like they always treat the actors with like kid gloves, and so before we're filming that scene where I like ride up with the bike, one of the ADs is like, okay, now do you want me to show you how to ride it? And I'm like, I know how to ride a bike, bud. Like I'm not, I've been doing this since I was like 5. Like I got this sort of thing. So I get on the thing, but I forget that I got like a whole case of beer and stuff like that. So I'm like actually struggling to ride a bike.
But it was perfect for the scene.
Yeah. And then I get off and I can't figure out how to work the kickstand. And so I finally figure out how to do it. I put the kickstand down, the bike tips over, all the beer tips over. And then like after we filmed the scene, Kara goes, did you know your helmet was on backwards? I told Jared, and Jared's like, oh, I think that's a character choice. And I go, I didn't know I had my helmet on backwards.
Those bicycle helmets, in your defense, aren't very intuitive. You think the pointy part should be in front, but it's actually in the back.
Yeah, so that was a happy accident. I looked even stupider than intended, and it all worked out for Alexander's character. Yeah,
that's funny. That question was from our buddy Zach. He's down in Florida watching this live. Thanks, Zach, for the question. In the same vein as Victor's fun question, Joey from Colorado, he asked if Alexander could be cast as anybody, like any other TV show, what would that show be? And just to give you some inspiration, Trollinger in the UK, he said he'd love to see Alexander as Mulder's new Scully in an X-Files reboot.
I don't know how we'd play the sexual tension, but
Amazing. What kind of shows were you watching growing up? Like heavy on the sitcoms, or what did you like watching?
Oh man, I used to have to. Again, I grew up on a dairy farm, and I was just not. That's why I love Letterkenny, because it was just it was totally right in my ballpark. And the thing I loved about the show was I liked the swearing. Like I have a ton of respect for Brent Butt and stuff, but like when I could never quite get into corner gas, because like I couldn't picture people at a gas station in Saskatchewan calling each other arsehole. What I loved about Letterkenny is
it was network television. Come on.
That's the limitations of it. Yeah. But I really like Letterkenny because people spoke the same way I spoke growing up. Yeah. Right. Yeah. So I I don't know. What shows did I mean? I was forced to watch a bunch of boring shows because of where I.
Right. Well, you had 13 channels with that knob thing. That reposition your antenna, right? That's
On the Road with Wayne Rodstadt. Oh my God, was that the most boring show in the history of the world? Cross Country Canada. All these things I couldn't wrestle the remote away from my dad for.
It made you appreciate the religious programming on Sundays from Buffalo that much more, right? Like,
yes,
give me some Commander Tom.
That's another thing because of my grandmother, the Lawrence Welk Show. I've seen every episode of the Lawrence and the 1 and the 2 and oh my God.
Amazing. Jeff from Maine asks, and I'll say, put Winnipeg aside, which city do you usually look forward to performing in the most and why?
Good question. It was really cool when we got to do the tour because I got to do a bunch of like the shows in the States that I'd never done before. And we had, for some reason, the Pacific Northwest, like we had shows in Portland and specifically was just on fire. They were amazing. Portland, San Francisco, Phoenix, Arizona, like that whole side of the Western United States was great. For Canada, Halifax is a great town. I love Halifax. They're a great
town.
Artsy city. Where else would I say? I lived in Vancouver for years. Vancouver's beautiful, and they have a cool hippy dippy art scene out there. Yeah. So I perform everywhere all over the country, anywhere but Lethbridge. Yeah, I would say. Yeah, right. it's a dump, and I hate going there.
Oh man.
But we don't have a lot of listeners in Lethbridge, do we?
I don't. Not to my
not
knowledge,
anymore.
No.
Anyway,
And if we did, you basically just killed him there. So it's all good. It's all good. Tobias, though, in Missouri, one of his questions was, when might you tour in the States again? He'd love to see you down there.
Oh man, I hope so. I mean, here's one thing I can say about Jared, and Keeso is I love him because he's that humble sort of. I don't know. He's uncomfortable with like praise and stuff like that. But I'll say this, and when I got to fill in for a couple of shows for K-Trev, and in the States, and so they were looking for somebody to fill in for K-Trev, and Jared said, "Well, get McEnery to do it," and so they asked, and I didn't have my papers. I'd let my papers expire,
right.
And they went back to Jared and said, "No, he doesn't have his papers. He can't do it." He said, "Well, we're paying for his papers then." So they paid for my stuff. They got it done in 2 weeks, and then next thing I knew, I was doing shows all over the States. Like that's just the kind of guy he is, man. Yeah,
amazing.
He's a sweetheart.
Every time we've had an opportunity to meet up with him, he's always been a class guy. So great question, great answer. Colin in Waterloo said it was great to meet you and Olivia and Ali last year at Sugar Run in Kitchener. Your observations of the establishment were pretty hilarious. Any plans to pack the house again in any illustrious locations around Kitchener, Waterloo?
I remember Colin specifically because he was one of the 7 people that showed up to the fucking show. Yeah.
Colin's a good dude and a listener, so he'll be tickled when he hears that Colin. He also asked, do you ever feel like you get your, this is a reference to one of your old bits. Do you ever feel like you need to get your job back at KFC in Acton to prove your boss that you're in fact not mentally challenged?
That's right. Yeah. That's as I say on stage, I wish that was a joke and not a memory. No, I worked at KFC, grade 9. I worked there for 2 hours. They put me on breading chicken, and I was so bad at it that they said, no, you can't do this. And they said, make the boxes. And I didn't know how to make the boxes. So I go, how do you make the boxes? And the guy goes, you're slow in the head, aren't you? And I said, no, I'm not slow in the head. I asked you, how do you make the boxes? Not when does the colonel get here, right? So anyway, I wish that was a joke, but yeah, it really happened.
Wow.
Yeah, and my cousin Trav had gotten me the job, and then he got mad. I got cussed out twice that day. Because when Trav got home, he's like, do you know how hard I worked to get you an in at KFC? you made me look bad.
You had to pull some mad strings with the colonel.
Yeah.
My follow-up.
Yeah, they're not just letting anybody, bread chicken at KFC. No,
that's one of the prestige jobs there. Yeah.
That's right.
You have to remember it's events like that built character and made you the guy that you are today.
That's right.
My follow-up to Colin's question is, does Harry still work there?
You know what's so funny is I don't know when this was, like 2 or 3 years ago, just to show that I'm not full of it and I'm telling the truth. A woman came up to me and she goes, I hate Harry. He fired me too. Yeah. So a woman, I don't know if she was slow in the head or what his problem was, but he fired her as well. So yeah, he's a real guy and he was a real tyrant. Yeah,
sounds like.
I don't know if he still works there. I hope he's moved on with his life.
Like he sounds like he's the governor of Dickbag Shire or something. One of your
yes,
one of your lines. By the way,
I'll share. Sorry, go ahead, Alex.
Just really quick follow up because Colin is watching live on the live stream, and he says that is a lie. I think there were only 5 people at that show.
That's a good point.
So
if he's watching live, I thought he was going to point out the fact that there is no artwork in my hotel room in Winnipeg. They couldn't get one piece of motel art to hang in this place. Yeah.
Go ahead, Victor.
Oh yeah, well, So you triggered a memory. So when I was 14, I was working. My first job was at Burger King, and we had a similar boss named Albert, and I'm comfortable in using his name, and
as he was using Harry's name.
That's right. That's right. And there was two rules I remember is that when we were spreading mayonnaise on the Whoppers, he said, if you can see the mayonnaise, you're spreading it too thick. And the second rule was we were allowed to have $4.50 worth of lunch when we took a break, but we weren't allowed to put ice in our drinks because the ice was expensive. Anyway, so 10 years later, I'm 24, and with my wife, or fiance, I can't remember. We got married in 98, so you do the math. Anyway, so I said, let's go visit Burger King where I used to work. And as a joke, I said, we'll see if Albert is still there. And guess what? Albert was still working there as miserable as ever behind the counters.
Had he moved up to the breading chicken, or was he still stuck down at
over the thick mayonnaise?
He had a rag in his hand, wiping down the counter and stuff like that. So nothing had changed. Nothing had changed at all. So
maybe he has a very rich, life of extracurriculars, right? Like maybe Albert on the weekend is a rock star or something. We don't know.
You never know. You never know. Anyway, I thought I'd share that.
That's amazing. I wonder if because of inflation, now you got to have like $4.75 worth of food. Like
yeah. See, Tobias from Missouri asks, will you, you're talking about, will you be on any other Crave show? So do you have any like acting stuff coming up, or is that something just...
Yeah. So I've got, so Allie and I were really lucky. We got invited to Just for Laughs during the summer to do Roast Battle Canada. And so that's actually going to air January 19th. Yeah, the new season starts. It starts next Monday. January 12th. And Allie and I, we hit it out of the park. We worked together on it. She's like a star in the making.
Right.
So we got, they liked us so much, they bumped us up to the second episode of the season. So,
cool.
So we're episode 2, January 19th on Crave.
Very nice. I know Allie and Olivia, they've done those before. Was that your first time doing a roast battle?
Yeah, that was my first time doing it. Yeah.
And?
It was, it was a lot of fun.
Yeah. Was that something you're comfortable with? Because I feel like they can be mean, right? Like they can be really.
They can be totally mean, yeah. And I was lucky I worked with Allie because like Allie's a friend and everything like that. Yeah.
Oh, so she was roasting you and you were roasting her.
Yeah, and like we, eventually we got together and we worked on it together and everything like that. Yeah. But like, so yeah, it is true. Like that. We were like, oh, okay, I'll work on my jokes and send them to you, and then you work on your jokes and send them to me, and we'll punch them up and work together and blah 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 blah. So I'm like writing jokes and like, oh, you're tall and everything, and she's like, okay, I've got my first draft of jokes done. And I was like, okay, send them to me. And then they're like, you ugly piece of shit. And I'm like, well, all right, I guess I gotta rewrite my jokes. I guess this tall stuff isn't gonna it is hard.
You see how life prepares you for this? Without the Colonel, you wouldn't have been ready without Harry.
Yeah. Amazing. Can you tell, were there any jokes you wrote that you don't have to say what the joke was, but that you wrote that Allie was like, yeah, let's not go there, or no?
Yes, I made, yes, there was one, like,
if it's too hot for roast battles, I mean, it's fine if you don't want to say it here, but,
yeah, that's true. It wasn't making fun of Allie. It was like, it was making fun of somebody that had broken up with Allie.
Sure.
And she was so nice. She's like, let's not kick him while he's down, sort of thing.
But perfect. Amazing. In terms of, other shows, so you've got these few shows coming up, the one in Newmarket and stuff. What else do you have? Do you have anything coming up? And the roast battles late January. What other things do you have working on?
Just working with Yuck Yucks, and there's how do I put this? Wink, wink. There's some things coming up that I can't talk about.
Okay.
That you guys might have a clue what they might be. Wink, wink.
Gotcha.
Involving shows that might be airing pretty soon. Wink, wink.
Right. Say no more. I think we have an idea, and I think our listeners
blinkety, blink.
Amazing. Now, if Matt were here, he'd ask you this question. It's his boilerplate question, but basically, we're winding up the interview here. But looking back at the opportunities that you got, being on Letterkenny and working with Jared, how do you feel? Like, how does that make you feel?
Mm-hmm. And if you guys didn't get that hint, what I mean is I'm going to be a bottom on the next season of Heated Rivalry is what that means.
Well, and I mean, you talk about the resurgence of interest in Letterkenny and Shoresy, really. I think the Heated Rivalry is doing it. Like a couple of the actors are doing the night show circuit in the US now. So it's amazing how big that thing's gotten on word of mouth.
It's huge, man. Jared and Tierney, man, they not only do they produce, they're one of the only two people producing stuff in Canada. They're producing good quality stuff, and they're getting people talking about it. They're talking about it on the New York Times. They're talking about it on CNN. Like, that doesn't happen with Canadian shows. Like, it's amazing the things they're doing.
Not often. And usually it's like stuff like Schitt's Creek, which was, pretty mind blowing at the time, but this is a mainstream. Heated Rivalry is pretty racy for something to be breaking in the mainstream.
Yeah, they should be they should be really, really proud of themselves. And Tierney, if you've ever met him there's a lot of funny people involved with Letterkenny. Tierney's the funniest one out of all of them. He's so quick and so funny. Like you see on the outtakes there with Michelle. There's one where Michelle's doing a scene. She's like, "Okay, can you do it again, but not sound terrified?" Like.
Yeah, we'd love to have Jacob on to talk about Heated Rivalry and obviously Letterkenny and Shoresy, but I feel like he's in another stratosphere now. We won't be able to get him, but kudos to him. And we watched the first episode or two, and we plan on talking about it on this podcast because it is such a phenomenon. So looking forward to it. Have you seen any of it?
Huh? Yeah, I've watched it. Yeah, it's amazing. It's those guys know what they're doing, man. They're great. Yeah. Another one he said to Forward one time. Forward told me Forward does this take and because Mark's a notorious ball buster, so Mark does this take of some scene, and Tierney goes, "Okay, now let's try one that doesn't suck."
It sounds like Jacob Tierney had that relationship with a lot of the cast. I've heard stories now from Tyler, what's his name? Tyler Johnson, how they would yell at each other, across for between takes and stuff like that. And that it would make day players pretty uncomfortable with the way they were talking to each other. So it sounds like it was that kind of familiar atmosphere there.
Yeah. The final scene, like the last scene we shot, we're all in the gymnasium dancing, like big Jim Dixkin is so tall,
right,
that he was screwing up the shot.
Yeah.
Like, cause you could see everybody, and then his neck you could only see up to his neck.
Yeah.
And, so after we shoot the take, he goes, "You giant, out of here! Just get out of here! You're screwing up the shot." Yeah.
Talk about that last scene. Was that shot last? Like because everyone was there, right? Or was it shot earlier on to make sure that everyone was there?
No, yeah, actually, yeah, good question. Yeah, so it was, it really was like, there was like 3 or 4 of us that were all rapping that day. I think they only had like 1 day left, and yeah, that's how they decided to end it, was like having a big party. And yeah, I remember it was tough because they who'd they rap? They rapped Mrs. McMurray.
Right.
And she got emotional, and I was like, oh man, like I don't want to do that. I was a small fish in a big pond as far as the show's concerned. I was only in 10 episodes. So I was like, I don't want to do that. So luckily they rapped me and Nathan at the same time, Derry. And I was like, okay, well, they're all, make a big fuss over him, and I'll get to, just leave, and they all clap for Nathan and everything. They gave him a hug, and then like K-Trev like gave me a hug, and I know K-Trev, and we've known each other for 20 years, so I was fine with like him hugging me. And then the guys, Andrew and oh, come on now, come on, the hockey players, Dylan. Yeah, God damn, Dylan's such a sweetheart. Those guys started walking over to me, and they didn't even get to me, and I was I was just a mess. Yeah.
I imagine, yeah.
So I even though I was only in like 10 episodes, I realized how special that thing was, and a special group of people as well. So it was that last day on set was tough for sure. For sure.
Did you have any final questions for
I'm super excited to see you later this month in Newmarket. Looking forward to the show.
Thank you.
I just wanted to ask about being a stand-up comedian. How do you feel that profession is going right now? I know that I hear a lot in the media that things are curving more towards clean material. Do you feel that there's a split now in the comedian stand-up genre?
Yeah, I don't think that's where the split is, but okay, let's talk.
Is there a split
clean
there?
versus dirty? Yeah, that's a safe split to talk about, I think.
Yeah. Sometimes some guys do clean, some do dirty. Yeah, it seems to be there seems to be a real thing now where posting your clips online, and so there's been this thing where you post your clips to get attention, but you also don't want burned material, so you just post crowd work.
Yeah.
So that's been a bit of an issue because all people see now are these crowd work videos online. So people come. So heckling has happened a lot more at shows now because all people see online is just a comic talking to a heckler and things like that. So. Yeah, it's I don't know. These things always evolve and go through different phases. I don't know. Stand-up will be around forever. I don't know. I'm an old school kind of have my material and do it at the show sort of thing, but other people have the opposite. Approach where that was good. I got to get that up online right away. So I don't know, just two different schools of thought, I guess.
Heckling's so annoying. And as comedy fans, we've been to so many shows and we've noticed actually, more recently, like the one we went to that we saw you and Mark and Ali and Olivia, there's a few hecklers there. And so you just want them to shut the hell up because we're not there to listen to them. Do you have a go-to response or is it kind of whatever the heckler says?
No, it's whatever the situation calls for. Yeah. Forward's the best out of all of them though. Yeah, I've seen him make people cry. Yeah, he's vicious. Yeah. He's amazing.
Oh, he eviscerated the one heckler in Burlington. It was fun to watch. That was actually, I didn't mind that one just because of how he took her apart.
Maybe we can throw another clip in.
Oh yeah, let's listen to this one here from episode 12, Stuck, this cold open. Alexander talking about asking Gail out. And I just love the interaction between Alexander, Wayne, and Coach in this one.
I hate that. That's the thing that gets me, man. The please and thank you. Because where I'm from, you say...
Oh, that's not it. Hold on. Sorry, bad one.
So I think that in this case, as in most cases, honesty is the best policy.
Well, one should always mind their scruples.
So I'd say, hey, Gail, I know you're my boss, but I think you're really pretty. And I'd like to ask you out on a date.
Oh, this guy doesn't waste any time. What do you think of that, Coach?
I love it.
In the event that she accepted the invitation, and I do like my chances here, I'd ask her to take a walk up for ice cream.
Oh, I think you might be sweet enough. What do you think of that, Coach?
Yeah, he is.
Well, we ate our ice cream. I would comment privately on people walking by and try and make her laugh, all while telling her how pretty she looks.
Oh, you get a long way telling a gal she looks pretty. What do you think of that, Coach?
Tell her.
And then I'd take her for a walk down to the river, find a nice bench along the bank for us to sit on, and then I'd ask if she'd mind if I held her hand.
First he's holding hands, and then what, Coach?
Anything can happen.
I cut it there, but it was a great.
Yes. Yeah. That was, that I really liked that scene because because for once I didn't have to be the comic relief. I was just just asking a question about a date and stuff. So it was also it meant a lot to me that Jared had evolved my character so much from being a guy who is a slow learning fella who pisses with his pants around his ankles and gets kicked into garbage to now I'm asking out one of the main characters on the show. So it was nice to see that sort of growth in Alexander. But so it was fun doing that. But the hardest thing was not breaking, because Mark is making the most ridiculous faces in the world.
How does he
during
get
that
the
scene.
veins going? Like,
I don't know.
How does he do that? It's crazy.
I don't know. And he's like 8 inches away from my face, and I just have to. I think he was mad because he did I didn't break, but I was concentrating so hard on not breaking that's the only way I could get through it. Yeah, it was. Yeah, and even the stuff that makes the final cut is like, he was even more ridiculous.
I bet. Yeah.
Sure.
Amazing. Well, Victor, any final comments or questions for me?
Sure, I'll ask a question. Help our listeners to learn a little bit more about you. So many comedians have surprising skills off of stage. So maybe you can speak about some of yours, and if not skills, then some hobbies.
Breading chicken. Come on, aren't you listening?
Settle down.
Did you pull up my acting resume? Is that what you did? Yeah, because one of the things when I first started, I had no credits and stuff like that, and so my buddy taught me how to pad out my acting resume, and one of the things was put special skills and stuff like that. And so 10 years in, a director goes what, can I ask you a question? This is off topic. So what is livestock photography? I was in livestock photography in 4-H when I was a kid, when I was 13. Yeah.
All right.
We'd take pictures of horses and beef cattle and things like that. And when I was 19, putting together my acting resume, livestock photography, maybe they're looking for that on set one day. Yeah. So
amazing. I was gonna say, you take cow selfies. What's this? What? I don't know. Amazing. Well,
that's just one of the special skills I have.
Yeah. There you go. Well, that's what I was looking for.
Thanks for the time you've given. I think Tanya's getting squirrely because she's got to go. So, but I'll end it here and say thank you. Can you just mention again the shows that are coming up?
Yeah. So I'm doing Newmarket on January 21st. That's at the Old Town Hall.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm doing Guelph on February 14th. Spend your Valentine's Day with me because nobody else will. That's and you can get them at eventbrite.ca. My name, Jeff McEnery, Valentine's Day comedy show. So just check it out. And thanks so much for having me, guys. It's been too long since I got to be on the show. Yeah,
appreciate it, the time, and yes, we'll share out that link on our socials and stuff.
Please do. Yes, because that was the most unwieldy. All you have to do is go to Eventbrite and type out my name and type out Valentine's Day show, and it's very clear that I've never done this before. So
All right. I'll put a link in and folks can find it there. Just hang in there for a second. I'm just going to play us off here with a song, "Your Man" by Joe G. And that's all we have for this episode. If you'd like to support the podcast, become a patron or tell a friend. Also follow us on Blue Sky at protosampod.com. Thanks for joining us. Now we're off to have a poppers with our new bud, Jeff. On behalf of Jeff, Tanya, Victor, and myself, thank you for listening and have a great week.
Have you ever loved? Would you go again? Don't be down when it's over, baby.